Have you ever heard the phrase carpe diem? We've all heard that if you can seize the day, you can capitalize on every moment. But that starts in the morning. If you can win your morning, you can win your day. By and you can do this by creating rituals and habits that you complete every single morning so that when you wake up, you don't even have to think about it. It's just in your momentum. It's in your science, and you start to become this positive person, and you become reactive to everything that's happening around you. Rather than prohibiting yourself and distracting yourself. So a lot of people they wake up and immediately they pick up their phone, and the first thing they do is they start distracting themselves, just driving distraction, and instead of proactively taking care of themselves, self-love, self-care, and having a vision and a direction for their day, they're choosing to prohibit themselves. So what I'd like to do is tell you my morning routine that I use every single day, and some of these habits are used across the board by so many successful people. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, I may not get to do every single one of these steps every single morning, but I try every morning to get in as many of these as possible because they are vital to my mindset and the way that my day turns out. So every morning, even on my off days, I wake up at 5 a.m. and sometimes even earlier because I try to compete with my alarm every single morning to wake up first. And by doing this, I'm competing with myself to wake up earlier and earlier every day. Waking up earlier than everyone else allows me to spend more time on myself, so when I start to actually work, I'm already mentally prepared and can push myself ahead of the game. Of course, I like to start every morning by completing one very simple task, making my bed. By doing this, I'm already starting the day by completing my first item on the to-do list, which gives me a boost of confidence and makes me more willing to complete the rest of my daily tasks. There's a great book about this mindset called Make Your Bed by the Navy SEAL William McRaven. There's a link down below to get the book. I think it's less than $12 on Amazon, and it's definitely worth every penny. Next, I like to start with a glass of water. Starting with a glass of water starts your day off with this refreshing and natural energy. While I drink my glass of water, I take my supplements, things like probiotics, vitamins. If you take allergy medicine, you don't have to take any of these. You can just take your glass of water. But it depends on you and what you want to do with your body. While I drink this glass of water, I think about success. I think about what I want to accomplish for the day. And I visualize my goals that I want to achieve. By thinking this way, I start off every day in a positive outlook and create a goal-driven mindset. Then I like to get into my breathing. So there are two things you need more than anything else in life: water and oxygen. Of course, food, but you can fast from food for something like 14 days. Water, if you went that long without it, you die. So these two things are so important, yet we don't focus enough time on them. For this reason, at the start of my day, one of the first things I do is focus on my breathing. I like to use the Wim Hof method. However, you can search for and find many other techniques, or just create your own. Centralizing your focus on your breathing helps you ground yourself and stay connected with your body. And it creates a perfect transition into our next daily task, which is meditating. I don't have to tell you how great meditating daily can be for you, because I know you have heard from many people and probably all your life about how great it is for you mentally and physically. By doing this in the beginning of your day, you're basically resetting your mind and body, which helps you throughout the day to focus and hit every task or job with a kind of renewed energy. Next, I like to start with some kind of exercise. It can be for just 2 minutes, or it can be for a 30-minute exercise. You can use this time to do push-ups, sit-ups, or even yoga. You can also run or jog or go for a brisk walk. Whatever you choose, make sure it's something that gets the heart rate up. For me, Yoga continues the meditating process almost, except instead of the main focus being on the mind, the focus is on connecting with and resetting the body. So after that, I take an ice bath. So I have 2 bags of ice that I use daily. But you can also take a cold shower. There is so much research into the benefits of an ice bath. And it is at this point where I find most of my energy starts to kick in. While you're in the ice bath or the cold shower, it is important to control your breathing. For me, this is where, again, the Wim Hof method comes into play. Instead of focusing on the cold and possibly uncomfortable feeling, focus on your breath. What happens to your body and mind when it reacts to the cold temperature and the amount of focus you have to use to clear your mind while it is in the ice is amazing. I like to think of it as an analogy. Just imagine you hurt your back or sprain your ankle. What do? You ice it. This is basically what you're doing to your body every morning when you take an ice bath or a cold shower. When I get out, I start to feel this overwhelming surge of energy and freshness, which really gets me ready for the day. I immediately follow this with a hot cup of tea. I like to drink black tea with just a teaspoon of local honey. I hear that local honey can help with your sinuses. I have terrible sinus issues, and this has helped me to deal with mine. While drinking my cup of tea, I take time to write my daily journal. This may sound odd, but if you look at some of the most famous entrepreneurs or inventors throughout history, you can almost always find journals and notebooks that they kept. And in many cases, those notebooks and journals are why they became renowned and are used to this day to help people learn and spark innovations. You can use your notebook for anything. I use mine to keep me organized on my daily tasks and business ventures, and also to record my successes and always my setbacks and my journey, so that I can reference to myself and maybe somebody else that may be able to use the information at some later time. From there, I immediately move into my daily reading. I love to read, and sometimes I'll read at different times throughout the day, but each and every day I have this time designated to make sure that I get at least 20 to 30 minutes of reading time. You can read anything from religious books to informative and self-help books, or even fiction books that you want to read. You could even read articles from the internet. Again, especially if you plan on starting your daily routine, or if you plan on starting a business of some sort, I really recommend the book Make Your Bed, written by the Navy SEAL William McRaven. The link again is down below, and it's not even $12. Worth every penny. You can find it on Amazon with the link down below. After I'm finished reading, I'm starting to get hungry, and my brain needs some nutrients to handle all this energy and focus. It's brain smoothie time. I like to use different kinds of superfoods. So things like different kinds of berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and so on. And I will switch them up every couple of days. Leafy greens, which are good sources of vitamins. My favorite is spinach. I know the whole world goes crazy about kale, but I for one prefer spinach. And after doing some of my own research, I learned that spinach actually has even more health benefits than kale does. I also put nuts into my smoothies. Nuts are proven to reduce the risk of heart disease. A teaspoon of oil, also proven to reduce the risk of heart disease. Whole grains such as oats and quinoa can lower cholesterol and again protect against heart disease and diabetes. I don't like to use any sweetener like sugar or honey in my smoothies because I try to stray away from too much sugar, as it is terrible for your health and my body does not react well to sugar. While I enjoy my morning smoothie, I get engaged in the final part of my morning routine. I do some brain training. The brain is easily the most important part of the body, besides maybe the heart, so we want to keep it active and learning. You can use apps like Luminosity and Elevate, which have daily activities centered towards you and what your learning path is, and where you stand in different areas. If you want to emulate what I do specifically, I use Elevate, and immediately follow it with language learning. You can use apps like Duolingo or Rosetta Stone. I like Duolingo a lot. Right now I'm studying Spanish and Arabic. Yo estudio español, ana am tatalam árabe. And lastly, I focus on some type of skill. It could be an instrument, or maybe learning how to do computer programming, or even something like singing or dancing, really anything, and it can change from time to time. Right now I'm using this 15 minutes to practice the piano. So guys, that finishes my morning routine. I know it seemed like a lot, but this all takes roughly an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. When you get up early, like 4:30 or 5, you end your morning routine anywhere from 6 to 7:30. And you are feeling great and ready to conquer the rest of your day. Carpe diem, to seize the day. Throughout the next couple of weeks and leading into months, you will notice major changes in your life because you are focusing and spending time on yourself and bettering your life, building successful habits to elevate yourself. Most successful people have morning routines just like the one I do every single day, and they contribute much of their success and what separates them from other people to their drive and dedication to their unwavering daily routines. And if you want to see what the rest of my day looks like as an entrepreneur / dropshipper, then check out our next video, like and subscribe so that you can stay tuned to a day in the life of a dropshipper, which we'll be posting soon. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, drop a like and comment some of the things that you already do or some things that you might incorporate into your own morning routine. And of course, subscribe to keep up with ways to make money today. We'll see you next time.